Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second in this talk series. This one about your memory, and I'm glad you all remembered to get here. Last time I had a lot of fun with everybody getting together, talking. Myself first, of course, and then some questions and answers at the end, and that's the way we'll do the same program here today. But this is a little bit different. We're going to start with a guest, Kelley Aungst, who is a physical trainer. She does training for all ages, but particularly for older folks, shall we say. And I've known Kelley a long time. She's been doing this a long time. She's excellent. And I thought that this topic dovetailed with the topic of memory, because exercise is one of the few things that probably can do some good for memory. So let's have Kelley come on up here. Tell us a little bit about what we can do to stay active.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. What a nice full room. This is great. Thank you once again for having me here tonight. This will be really good. Anyhow, once again, he said my name is Kelley Aungst, and I am a certified personal trainer. I'm certified through the National Strength and Conditioning Association. I decided a few years back, after I started an exercise program myself, and saw the wonderful benefits that I got. It was amazing. It was way more than I ever expected. I went back at a time when I was physically just unfit. I was mentally exhausted, just coming out of kind of a rough time in my life. And so I decided, I got to take hold of my life here somehow. So I actually went and hired a personal trainer myself, worked with her for about 10 months, and just could not believe the changes that happened to me. Not just physically, but emotionally. I felt great, and I realized that it was possible to actually be in the best shape of my entire life. I felt better than I did in my 20s, my 30s, my early 40s. So after I did that for a while, I decided, hey, you know what, I should go to school and go back and get some training myself, because I would love to share with other people the rewards and the benefits of exercise. So that's kind of what brought me to what I'm doing today, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. My youngest client right now is 12 years old, and my oldest is 82. I kind of specialize in program design. I do not believe that everybody gets the same program. I know that everyone is an individual and has their own special needs and desires for what they want for their health. But everybody that comes in and sees me first gets a full, I get to sit down with you and talk about your own health issues. Everybody usually has something, some kind of past injury, maybe a current injury that we need to kind of specialize your program for you so that you can get the best benefit. But anyhow, I am here tonight to talk about the relationship between exercise and memory. And but before I do that, I wanted to just ask you guys if any of you have had an experience like this before, something that, real story that happened to me about a week ago. First of all, one of my sons is getting married in a couple weeks. So some of my clients that I have been very, very interested in how the wedding plans have been going. But one thing that was really bothering a bunch of them was that I had not bought my dress yet for the wedding. So they kept asking me, Kelley, when are you going to buy your dress? It's coming up so soon. So finally, about a week and a half ago, I went out shopping, found what I think is the perfect dress, and decided to take it to the gym with me so that I could share and show it to some of my clients that have been asking me. So last Tuesday night, I had had the dress there for a couple days, and I had a client come in that she's actually getting married in a week from now. So she and I have been talking a lot about weddings lately. So she walked in last Tuesday night, and I said, oh, Katie, I said, I'm so glad you're here tonight. I said, I have to tell you, I finally got my dress. And she said, oh, good. And I said, come here in the office. Let me show it to you real quick. So I got it out, and I'm telling her how I love the back of it and how it drapes so nice. And I've got this pretty bow on the side, and she's saying, yeah, it's great. So I put it back. We go out in the gym and start our workout together. And about 5 minutes into our workout, I stopped, and I looked at her, and I said, Katie, And she goes, yeah. I said, you came in and worked out with me last night, didn't you? And she said, yeah. And I said, I showed you my dress last night, didn't I? She said, yeah. And I said, why didn't you tell me and stop me? And she said, well, you were so excited about it, and I really didn't mind seeing it again. So anyhow, so that's going to still happen to us, where I can't guarantee that exercise is going to completely get rid of some of our little memory issues. That is going to happen from time to time. But anyhow, so what happens really as we start to age is we do start to lose some of our memory. And it's, it's concerning to a lot of us, along with other things. We've all heard for years about the benefits of exercise when it comes to cardiovascular health, reducing the risk of heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, how much it can help lift your mood, help with depression, bone health, muscle health. But it looks to me like, from the latest research that I'm seeing, we're going to be able to add to that list increases and helps with memory. It used to be that most of the thought was that possibly it was because that we had, through exercise, it helped with our blood flow to the brain, and maybe even regenerating some cell regeneration. But now what I'm finding as I go through and do more and more research is what I'm seeing is that there is actually a part in our brain that is called the hippocampus. And this is an area of the brain that is partly responsible for memory. What happens as we age is that starts to shrink. So what they're proving now in a lot of studies that they've been doing is that through regular, moderate exercise, that part of the brain, the hippocampus, actually gets bigger, larger again. So what happens is it slows the process of losing memory, but not only that, it actually can give you back some memory. So actually, taking back the clock in time, up to even a couple of years. So this is really great research that they're doing on this right now. So now it's great we can add that to our list of reasons to exercise. We all know these things. It doesn't mean we actually do it, all of us, but there's many benefits to it. So anyhow, the one thing that I just wanted to really stress tonight, if any of you here are walkers, if you do regular walking, please keep walking. Don't stop, don't stop. Moderate exercise is considered to be 3 to 5 times a week. And if you can walk for 30 minutes, that's great. If you can only do 5 minutes at a time and work up to it, 10 minutes at a time, whatever you can do, keep walking. Really important. And I call it walking with attitude, because you want to get a little brisk walk going so that you actually raise your heart rate just a little bit. You should always still be able to talk. I call it the talk test. You want to be able to feel that your heart rate's up a little bit, but if you get so out of breath that you can't talk, you're going too fast. So slow it down a little bit. But there are some exercises that you can also do at home. And the other thing is, too, our heat is a problem with walking, right? That's probably a big concern. One thing that you probably would want to look into is, I know a lot of the malls are open early in the morning for walkers. I know Paradise Valley Mall does it for sure, because I've been there. Probably some of the other ones offer that too, so it's nice and cool. You can go early, get it out of the way. Treadmills, if you have any access to a treadmill, that's always a great way to get in a walk. If you have balance issues, if you can find somewhere, a gym, or if you have one even in your home, a recumbent bike is an excellent way to get your heart rate up. A recumbent bike is the one that actually has the back on it, so that you can sit back and relax a little bit, and it's really stable for you. But some other things that you can add to your exercise at home, if you can't leave the house, or if you are walking and you just want to add a little bit more. I brought a chair and a few things that I'm just going to demonstrate for you tonight. One thing that is my favorite exercise, simple because everybody owns chairs in their home. Find dirtiest chair that you have, and you may at first have to put it in front of your counter, maybe in the kitchen, so you've got a place to hold on if you need to for balance. But basically all you're going to do is you're going to sit down, you're going to put your feet about shoulder width apart. You want to always push through your heels, but all you're going to do is you're going to stand up and you're going to sit back down. You're going to stand up and sit back down. And I can tell you that after about 3, 4, if you're in really good shape, maybe 10 or 12 of those, that's a workout, a good one. And that will really help keep your legs strong and keep your legs, really strengthening them for you so that you don't lose your balance and that you can still keep up your walking exercises too or anything else. Another thing that you can do in your chair is just sit. You always want to have nice, good, tall posture. Always think posture. Posture is really important. So you want to sit nice and tall, and you can actually just do little marches with your feet. So march up and down. This will help strengthen the fronts of your legs, the quads muscles in your legs. And if you're really nice and strong, and that's not doing enough for you, you can lift one leg, kick your toe out a little bit, bring it back, and set it down. Lift, kick your toe, bring it back, and set it down. If you're in your chair and you want to do a little bit of exercise for your arms, you can just do arm circles. Forward for a little bit, and then you want to do backwards. You can do large circles, you can do little circles, whichever you need to do. Any kind of movement that you can do is going to benefit you so much. It's called just keep moving, keep moving. I think I tell some of my people, when you're at home and you're just watching TV, just make a commitment that every time there's a commercial on, you're going to move somehow, some way, whether you're standing up and sitting down or you're doing your little march or your arm circles. It all adds up over time. And that's going to not only get your heart rate up a little bit so we can work on the memory, but it's going to benefit you in a lot of the other ways that we've talked about tonight too. And so anyhow, I also brought a couple of things to show you that can be picked up so inexpensively at Target, Walmart, wherever. There's a lot of places that carry these things. And one is just a very, very light set of hand weights. These here that I have with me, I think are only 2 pounds. Yeah, these are 2 pounds. They come in 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds. I would suggest starting with the lightest ones. But you can just sit on the edge of your chair or stand. I don't know if everybody can see me back there, but I'm just doing a little bicep curl. And you can just alternate arms back and forth. You can do these things even while you are watching TV or visiting with somebody. But any kind of movement is a great thing to do. You can also take these right here and take one arm up to the ceiling, alternating arms. And this will work your shoulders and keep your shoulders nice and healthy. And there's a lot of things you can do with these weights, because if you stand up, you can bend over a little bit and do a row, a one-arm row. You can kick them back like this to keep the back of your arm strong. There's so many things that you can do with just a small pair of hand weights. Now the same type of thing can be done. You guys have probably seen these bands before. These are stretchy bands. You can use them in the same way. Just stand on it, take the handle, and once again, you've got your bicep curls. And if you want to work your shoulder, just stand on one end and press towards the ceiling. So these are all simple things that you can do, but that keep your joints healthy, keep you moving, help you keep your heart rate up a little bit so that you can get in a little bit of exercise the 3 to 5 times a week that we talked about. And let's see, then the last thing I brought was, got a little 2-pound ball here. This is only, like I say, it's 2 pounds. They come in 2 pounds, 4 pounds, 6 pounds. I would recommend 2 to 4 pounds is about all you need. And you can do the same thing here. You can just reach for the ceiling with the ball. It gives you just a little bit of resistance. You can also use it to do bicep curls, just anything that's going to keep moving your joints. You can do this one. It's a great one to do some abdominal work. So anyhow, there's all kinds of things that you can get, kind of creative with. You've probably even heard that if you don't have little weights, you can use canned food out of your cabinet. That makes a great little hand weight. You can use those too. Just be really careful if you lift those over your head. I'd hate to have you drop one, because the only person that's going to benefit from that would be Dr. Lakin, because you'll be in there with a head injury. We don't want that, so be really careful. Sometimes it's best if you're going to be working with weights to have somebody else there with you too, just to kind of spot you a little bit in case you want to do some of that. So anyhow, I don't know, I hope that helps you guys a little bit with some of the things that you can keep doing. But like I say, it's just really important to keep your bodies moving as much as you possibly can. You'll greatly benefit from that. Anyhow, I think that's about all I had tonight. I just wanted to tell you that I think you all got one of my brochures when you came in. Where I train out of, I will mention, is a private gym. It's not open to the public, so it's just for personal training. Usually when I'm there working with a client, it's me and my client. That's it. So we're not waiting for equipment. We're not, there's no intimidation. You don't have a whole bunch of other people around, and we can kind of listen to whatever kind of music you like and talk about the things that you want to talk about, and there's nobody else really around. So anyhow, so if anybody here tonight is more interested in having a program personally designed for them and a little bit of help so that you can get, a little bit more physically fit to the point where you want to be and where I think I can help you get to, please feel free to call me. My phone number is on the front of the brochures, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions later on too. I'll stick around afterwards for a little bit if anybody has questions. And thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the night.